Hello and welcome to Real Talk. Marco and I, we are at the California Theater in San Jose.
Yes.
Opening night of the Cinequest Film Festival. I'm so happy to be here though.
Me too. It's a beautiful theater and just a beautiful festival in general. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back at Cinequest in person after a 2-year hiatus, but we're back. It's
Yeah.
opening night and everyone's ready to go.
And you're right, be back here at this amazing, beautiful theater. It's fantastic because I do remember in 2020, at the first week of the festival, everything then after that was shutting down. You spoke with a lot of filmmakers,
Yeah.
actors, writers here today.
Oh yeah, I spoke to a lot of great talent here to promote their own films, ready to just have an amazing time here at Cinequest. So yeah, we had a lot of really good things to talk about. And everyone's ready to come back to the movies. Let's listen to some of those amazing interviews from opening night.
Montreal Girls, it's a very exciting film. We're doing our world premiere here at Cinequest, and we are coming with a large cast and crew. We're about 15 of us supporting the film, coming to San Jose, a lovely city, by the way. And it tells the story of Rami, a young Middle Eastern student who goes to Montreal to become a medical student. And then he meets two Montreal girls who will reveal his destiny to him, and he will change his path forever.
It follows Pietrek, a guy who's forced to quit smoking by his girlfriend, and he accidentally ends up in the wrong support group. He actually ends up in a support group for men who are pushovers, who can't stand up to their significant others. But that spirals very quickly into a malicious movement who are like out to keep women down because they think women are out to get them.
Yeah. So it's this whole question about what is a man in today's society, and what is an alpha male. So it's very interesting when you see how little things that you could take as just your significant other asking you to do things like take out the trash or quit smoking can spiral into they're trying to control me, they're trying to tell me who I am, they're trying to tell me what it is, and how following the wrong leader that pushes those fear-based ideas can spiral into something far greater with great, great consequences.
Marco, what is your favorite movie so far for this festival? Because the festival is just started, but
Yeah.
is that something in the coming days that you really want to watch?
Well, there's some good films that are really lining up this year's program, but I was fortunate enough to see the opening night film, Linoleum, and I saw it at the South by Southwest Film Festival earlier in the year. The film star Jim Gaffigan is getting an award on opening night, so he's here promoting the film, talking to the press, getting the film out there. I saw the film, I enjoyed the film. I haven't seen many Cinequest films from this year's lineup, but of the ones that I've seen, that is definitely my favorite. The opening night selection, Linoleum, with Jim Gaffigan.
So one of the movies you watched, which is my suggestion for streaming, which I'm going to be talking a little bit soon. So you haven't seen my suggestion, which is The Territory, which is not in the Cinequest, but it was at the Sundance Film Festival.
Yes, and The Territory is an amazing documentary that I did see at Sundance early in the year. It's very gripping and moving. It's also produced by Darren Aronofsky, who did The Wrestler and Black Swan. He's lent his name, his credibility to the project, and it's well deserved because it's a wonderful piece of art.
The movie, it's a partnership between Brazil, United States, and also Denmark.
Yes.
So it has it's filmed in Amazon in Brazil, which a tribe, right? So, and they are speaking Portuguese, but there's subtitles in English, for sure. It's a brilliant movie, though. So let's watch the trailer.
Yeah, let's watch it.
A floresta, os rios é a nossa casa, onde a gente se mantém.
Porque o Uruê-Uauau é como se fosse uma barreira.
Tudo desmatado.
So you can catch and watch The Territory on National Geographic Channel. That's my pick of this week. It's a brilliant documentary, and I think everybody needs to watch this movie because it talks about not only the tribes in Amazon, but their future.
Yeah.
And what's happening in Brazil now. I don't want to even go there, but should we go back to Cinequest?
Yes, let's watch some more Cinequest.
So I was at the red carpet as well with Marco. We did some amazing interviews here with some writers, directors, producers, and actors. So let's roll more of those interviews.
So my film is actually about pipe organs, and since they were in the California theater, you know, there's a huge pipe organ in this theater. Oh yeah. But yeah, so it's this story of Roxanne, which is this middle-aged pipe organ cleaner. Mm-hmm. So she restores organ, and during the pandemic, she closes herself in a church in Italy to repair one, and she basically falls in love with her new assistant, which is a young girl, like way younger than her. And she's mute, she can't talk, so the only way she communicates through her is with music.
I see.
Yeah, so it becomes this sort of like obsessive relationship because it's like, it's two women, you know, like it's the first time for Roxanne experiencing this kind of love.
Yeah.
So it becomes this sort of like, you know, hide and seek type of relationship.
Allowing all of the intention of the movie to seep in and to see how it's impacting people has been such a special thing. You and I talked about how personal it is for me and for Tony, and so just to see real humans sitting in there and feeling all the feels and talking about it and the conversations that it's spurring, it's so other level and it's beyond the acting piece of it, and that is always like what is happening? This is so cool and surprising, but the real thing is the impact on humanity and the storytelling. So it's been really special.
Well, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you. You got to be on set. It's kind of wild. I just flashed back to June 2021. We were filming this.
Watching us in our dance sequels. You got to eat with Allie Mills, and we had that really amazing conversation. Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah,
Time flies.
Yeah.
I'm here with the cast, director, producer, Loco from San Francisco, The Enduring Democracy, which has a strong title. Tell me about the movie.
Well, it's a story about some really courageous women that stood up against Asian hate crimes in the 1940s. So history is repeating itself a little bit. And it's a really wonderful documentary about people fighting for their neighbors, and those neighbors were Japanese Americans who were put into concentration camps during World War II, as you know.
So how was it for you, Elizabeth, to be part of this movie? But it's like kind of making history again.
Absolutely. It was a thrill to discover the character that I got to play in the movie, and my research on her sort of drove me to become a producer as well. She signed this petition that she wrote, that she spearheaded, to welcome the Japanese Americans back to the community of Monterey in 1945. She signed it as Tony Ricketts, but she actually had this amazingly long name, Eleanor Susan Brownell Anthony Solomons. Her father has a mountain named after him, and she just became a role model and a hero for me in this process.
And more than ever, we need movies like this.
We do. Democracy is in jeopardy right now, and this movie shows that.
Yeah, so the movie is called Kids on Tech, and it's about that. It's about, what do we do with technology and children, right? It's I got interested in that topic. It's initially I sent my kids to a school that did not have technology, and I'm come from tech. And so a reporter got interested in that, and I got interviewed, and I didn't think he would interest anybody. And then suddenly I had like 39 interviews, and I thought, okay, well, this is an interesting issue. People are giving tech to the kids.
And you're here at Silicon Valley. It couldn't be a better place to be.
Yes, I mean, obviously Silicon Valley is the best place to launch this film and talk about it. It's a film for parents, it's a film also for educators, but it's also a film for people who work at the state level and people who are creating the technology. It's so all of that.
So going from The Territory, which is an amazing piece of art, to something a little bit more silly, but still a lot of fun. We have my theatrical pick for this week's show, and that's Bullet Train. Bullet Train stars Brad Pitt as a hired assassin looking for a briefcase that ultimately leads to trouble and mayhem across a bullet train in central Japan. What starts out as a silly romp turns deadly serious and then silly all over again. But for someone like Brad Pitt, who is used to headlining, these mega budget all-star casts, this may seem like a walk in the park, but you know what? He still pulls it off. His charisma, his movie star persona is unchallenged, even to this day, and it shows. Bullet Train may be light and fluffy, but that doesn't mean it's any less good. Bullet Train is my theatrical pick for this week's show.
You know, I didn't like the Bullet Train. I gotta say.
Oh, you did?
I
see it?
didn't. No,
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
So
but
here's
the only thing worth in that movie was Brad Pitt.
Yeah, so it's funny because the first time I saw it, I was in a weird mood, and just the playfulness of the film just didn't work for me. Caught it again a week later, and the charm and the silliness of the movie completely hit me the way I thought it was supposed to from the beginning. Maybe it was me, maybe it's just the film, but something about the silliness and the charisma of Brad Pitt really did it for me the second time around.
Wow, well, but it's worth it going to the theater.
Oh yeah,
just to get a popcorn and watch the movie anyway.
Absolutely,
right?
Whether you see Bullet Train or E.T., which is back in theaters, that's another great pick for this week's show. Anything you see at a theater, we have to support movie theaters, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And talking about movies, let's watch more interviews on the Cinequest 2022 Film Festival here in San Jose. The Cinequest was voted by US Today one of the best film festivals in the country. So let's roll more red carpet interviews.
Hi everyone, I'm Corey Kupfer, the writer, director, and producer of the feature film 7 Days, playing here at Cinequest both Wednesday and Thursday night. It's a unique film broken up into 7 parts where you get to see one actress transform into 7 different women. It's an immersive experience where you get to see firsthand the idea that we're all born equal, and it's the causes and conditions of our lives that create who we are. On top of that, it is very current to I would say the millennial generation, so we get to see topics that everyone's been a little bit hungry for that have been missing in the mainstream. I'm really excited to be here, and I cannot wait to get in the theater and share my film with everyone.
The movie called Ghosting Gloria, and you are the executive producer, Pedro, so how... Part of it. You're the guy who brings money to the movie.
Well, that's one of the things, I really find about Mauro is a very sensible, passionate person about creating real lives into the screen. He really put a lot of effort in order to make it happen. I really enjoy the movie. It's very attractive to young, new people. And it's very entertainment. Has a lot to do with the romantic experience for new people. Yeah.
I guess that's what we need, right? So tell me about the movie then.
Well, about the movie, well, I saw the first time one day Los Modernos, so I thought it was a good movie by then. So one day, by accident, I found Mauro, and that's when I told him that he can invite me to make the next one. That is the one that is Ghosting Gloria.
Congratulations and welcome to the Bay Area.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. We are so glad. Marcela Mata, my co-director, is sending greetings.
My film is about a queer community in Memphis, and so it's pretty simple. I tried to keep things really intimate and get out of the way and let people just tell their own stories. So it's 13 different portraits of couples and single people talking about their experience growing up in Memphis as a queer person. They all share kind of different narratives, but they're all within the same community, and they're different ages and different identities within our community. And growing up in Little Rock as a gay guy, I never thought I could stay in the South. So I came to California and came out. So it was interesting to go back. I was a filmmaker in residence in Memphis, so that's how I got back there. And then I just started interviewing people because I was making a scripted TV show, right? And I was thinking that these would be interstitial, like Harry Met Sally, right? Like they'd help tell the narrative story. And then as I talked to the people, it just got really interesting. And I was like, it's just going to be a documentary about these people. So it's just
your first documentary?
This is it's my first documentary in a little bit. I've made 2 other ones, but this is my first in about 6-7 years. So many of our queer stories are told by the coasts or liberal cities, and I always wanted to kind of document people in the Delta or other places that build these beautiful communities that are very vibrant but are often overlooked. So I wanted to kind of focus on some of these cities that we always think, oh, they're just red states, but there's this really a vibrant community that's made it really inclusive and a beautiful place for queer people.
Should we watch some clips of the documentary?
Absolutely, please do.
Let's roll it.
Don't even blush on camera. If you guys don't know about Memphis, Memphis is the biggest small town in America. Everybody knows you.
So, you want that story?
Yes, I want to hear the whole how you met story.
All right.
There's like two people next to your mama and her prayer warrior.
I'll say this much, my mother loves him.
Marco, that's a wrap for us. We are here at the California Theater in San Jose. This is iconic building.
Absolutely, it's a
for
beautiful
the Cinequest
venue.
Film Festival.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back in person. It's one of my favorites. You know, I'm a local boy, so obviously, you know, it's close to my home. But I also
This is your backyard.
Even if I didn't live here, I would still come to Cinequest. That's how much I like it. And yeah, that's a wrap. Another one in the books. You know, it's great to tape this week's show here at the beautiful California Theater.
I know it's nice to get out of the studio, though.
Yeah, you know, I like the studio, but you know, we deserve a field trip every now and then.
Absolutely.
It's all right.
Yeah, the red carpet for us.
Nice.
Just kidding, huh?
Yes.
So the Cinequest Film Festival runs in San Jose through August 29th. If you want to find out more information on the festival and the movies, go to cinequest.org. Thank you so much for watching Real Talk, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you then.